Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Behind the Channels with Maine-iac Variety and Hot Mess Missy as my co-host, and she will be along at some point. She is out with her gentleman. Yeah, out with her gentleman. She's out with her son and her husband tonight. And so she's going to be a little late coming in here, but it usually takes us a while to get some folks up in here anyways. So come on in, folks. Where you at? Are you hiding? Do. Come on in, hit that thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to Maine-iac Variety, then go check out a couple of my videos. And if you like what I do, then please feel free to subscribe. Won't cost you a thing, folks, I promise. So I have set up my new green screen. Mo Homesteadin, how you doing? Oh, you got plenty of time, Mo. We want to wait until a few people get in here before. I think you said you was planning on coming up, so we want to wait till a few people get in here before we bring you on up. That way, it's not just me and you. So, and we're waiting on Missy. She's out eating supper right now, so we'll see how that goes. But as I was saying, I got my green screen set up, and I think I've got it too far behind me. I played with all the colors and everything like that, but I get this haze. See this black haze? And I can take that black haze out, but if I do, then my hat goes on funky. So we're going to go with this haziness, and I'm going to try to move that towards me, or maybe it's just, maybe it needs more direct lighting on it, or I have not figured it out yet. I had a fever earlier, so putting on makeup. I don't know if I'm sick or what. Very weird. Well, hopefully, Mo, it's nothing too serious. Whoops. Why did it do? Oh, sometimes I hate this search engine because it just don't do what I want it to do. It just doesn't do it. All right, I got what I want up there. Click back. 2 watching, that's not very many. Let's see. What happens if I share it out on my Twitter? Does anything happen? I don't know, but we shall find out. Mountain Bushcrafters Alliance MBA. Welcome, brother. Welcome. We do have a guest all ready to come up tonight when she is ready, and when we get a few more people in here, we're going to have Mo Homesteadin on tonight. She has agreed to come up on the panel and let us dig around between her ears a little bit. Barry's Visions. Hello, hello. Good evening. How are you? Again, sorry for the fuzziness, but I will eventually get it where it needs to be. And I've even tried putting the lighting on it, and the lighting does help a little. The lighting helps a lot. Hold on. I got an idea. Whoa, sorry about that. Did not mean to do that. Didn't help a whole lot, did it? Just created more shadow, I think. Ooh. Well, now it's just in my face. Oh well, we'll deal with a little bit of shadow, and maybe I can get some more lighting on there. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Barry. I meant to hang it on the other thing, and it hung on my mic. So we'll try not to do that again. Ralph Morick. Good evening, Mr. Morick. How are you doing today, my friend? Got Ralph Morick in the house. So, yeah, I think it's my lighting, folks. So I might be able to cure that without bringing it closer to me. Maybe I can hang some lights up over the top of my head or something to create some more light down on it. Because when I do this, it clears up wherever the light is shining. So maybe add more mods. Yeah, I got quite a few mods, but that's okay. Everybody I got in there has that's right. Today is Wednesday. You went to Mama's and did something. Not only had dinner, but you probably worked out in the shed as well, and got some things going on there, which we'll be looking forward to seeing upcoming on the Ralph Morick channel. Watch me do this just because I can. My computer's looking a little slow tonight. Don't know. I'm not a big computer man. Watch me. Look at that. We got the Ralph Morick channel up here. It's like Ralph is getting creative with the thumbnails. Been doing some things. He upgrading workplace lights. I did see that pop up this morning, Ralph, but I had to go to work, so I have not got a chance to watch it yet. Darksiders 3 Apocalypse Edition unboxing. I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing it's a video game of sorts. Those are your latest? Yep, those are your latest. And you got some fan mail videos and all that good stuff. Very cool. Very cool. Now I lost my thingy-madoodle up there. There it is. We got it back now. Do. It's a video game. See, I'm not a... I appreciate video games, and I have video games that I like to play, but I'm not... I could never call myself a gamer. I buy a new game every so often. Actually, what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll buy 3 or 4 new games, and then it will take me a year or 2 to even bother to open them up and play with them. So... And if I get a good video game, I'll play it several times to try to get a little bit better at it. I have actually played Final Fantasy 15. I've played it all the way through 3 times. I have. So let's put up this. So when Mo gets here, she wants to come on up. She can feel free to do so. And yes, folks, we are on early tonight. We are on at 7 o'clock. I'm trying a new time slot to see if it can make the show a little bit better. Maybe get a few more people in here watching so that we can get your channels out to more people, and a lot more people can get to know you, the person. So we're trying a different time slot. We're going to try this for a couple weeks. If this don't work, then maybe we'll try a different day. But we will get it down. At some point, we will have it down pat. Or at least I am hoping so. Light me up another smoke. So yeah, today was a busy day. I got up and I went to work at 6 o'clock. Came home at 8:30, 8:45, somewhere around there. Did a couple-hour live stream. Went back to work at 12:15. Worked until 6:30. Now I'm here doing this. I'll do this for a few hours and I'll go to bed, and then I got to go back to work in the morning again at 6 o'clock. But I only have to work until about 8:30, and then I have the rest of the week off until Sunday. You're looking puny. Let me go share my Twitter and I'll come back. All righty, Mo. Anytime you're ready. We got, well, there's 6 in here. That's about middle of the road, I guess. So, and for those of you that do not know, tomorrow night on Gil Skills, the original Gil Skills channel, he is going to have his 5-year celebration live, so that he can celebrate with you, me, and anybody out there that wants to watch. They're welcome to come on over. He's going to have a panel. He's going to have people up and down. I am actually going to be there live with him in his skill cave or whatever you want to call it. I think he called it Gil's HQ or something like that. And I'm going to be there live with him, and we are going to be enjoying the company of all you folks out there. It should be a really fun time. 5 years on YouTube. I don't know how many more he's got to go, but if we can get him to 5K, and he's pretty close to being there, but if we can get him to 5K, he's going to wax his chest. That's right. He's going to wax his chest. Ow. I don't even have a hairy chest, and I'm not going to wax my chest. Nope. That is definitely not for me. Get a couple YouTube windows up and open here so I don't have to flatter around too much with it. Make it a little bit easier to maneuver around. Itchy ear. So that is annoying me. I will get it fixed. I promise. And I promise about maybe the little bit of a lack of talking, because I am not a vlogger. I find it very hard to sit here and talk to people in the chat. It's easy to talk to people in the chat when they're talking back. Mo says she is ready. So we're still waiting on Missy, but if Mo don't mind not having a co-host here along with me, then she is more than welcome to click that link and come on up whenever she's ready, or she can wait to see if we can get a few more people in here. That is entirely up to Mo Homesteadin. Oh, I'll put the link back there again for you, Mo. Welcome, Mo.
Let me get my YouTube silenced. Hold on 1 second.
Nope. Can't hear you. I think she's working on something, folks.
Can you hear me?
No sound.
Why do I have no sound?
If you can't see anything on your computer, because it doesn't say you're muted, so if you can't see anything on your computer, you may have to back out of StreamYards and then click back in because it's been acting a little bit funky lately.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, Ralph hears you. Why don't I hear you?
I can hear you. Well, let me go out and let me close out and come back in.
Okay. Nope, I don't think it's you. It must be me.
Come back in.
Oh, I found you. Okay. I had a button pushed. Nope, I don't think it's pushed. I don't think it's you. It must be. No, I had a button pushed. That I shouldn't have. I was playing with buttons. It was my fault, Mo. I'm sorry. Come back. Come back. See? I never claimed to be computer intelligent. See if we can get her back up here. Let's see. The echo is working. All right. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I think I got it set now. I'm sorry, Mo. It was me, not you.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine now.
Okay, yeah, I'm puny. I'm so sorry. I'm not myself for sure.
Oh, that's fine. Evidently, I am to never touch that button again.
No, and now I'm wondering, it just came on me really fast earlier. I was watching Snobby's live, and I started feeling feverish and started feeling like something was up with me, and I was like, wow. And I went to sleep for like 2 hours, and I don't do that. I don't get sick. That's the honest truth. And so now I'm wondering if it was my heater. So I turned the heater down because it got cold here today, and we had blown it out before. But I turned the heater down, opened up the door, and I feel a little bit better. So now I'm wondering if I had like some gas, that.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to leave the window open for a little while and see what happens. What is on my face?
Your fingers.
We still have not tried our syrup yet.
You still can't get it open?
We just haven't had pancakes again. This is how weird we are. It's like space. I won a T-shirt from another channel, and spicy, everything spicy. Mm-hmm. And it took me forever. I'm so slow about things. It took me forever to get a picture for him because I just couldn't get it right. I didn't want him to put it out there and not have a cute picture, and so we didn't have any sun here or anything else, so I didn't want to make it weird.
Well,
go ahead.
It's not going to go bad, but it doesn't get better with age.
Well, I just figure I'll try doing it maybe this weekend.
I
Probably
actually,
good.
I actually don't eat maple syrup on pancakes. I don't like it on pancakes.
Oh, really?
I only eat it on French toast.
See, I eat grape jelly on French toast.
See, I eat the jelly on my pancakes.
Mm. Oh, you do, is it grape jelly?
Usually strawberry jam,
Oh, okay.
or if I have homemade blackberry jam, I'll smother that on it. But I smother on the jelly, and then I'll take 2 eggs over easy and put them on top, and then break the yolk so it all runs down.
Right.
That's how I eat my pancakes.
Oh, I think I learned the grape jelly thing. Lola, stop. Hey, hold on 1 second. Hey, crazy dog, stop that. Stop.
Now you guys start.
She likes to oh yeah, I look sickly. I'm okay though. I just wanted to look a little bit better for your thing, and so I feel bad now.
Well, hopefully not anything serious.
I don't think it is. Everybody in our town has been really sick. And when you have a small town like this and there's only certain places that everybody congregates, like the school and the store, which is where I work, and my daughter works for this city. So, the chances of us catching all this stuff is amazing. And I think my husband jinxed me because I went over to babysit the kids the other day and he goes, "You're going to get sick. Those kids are sick. Everybody's sick." And I'm like, I was mad at him. And then I messaged him and said, "I think I'm sick." And he's like, "I'll bring you popsicles. What else you want?" But yeah. So if I seem a little ditzy, it's probably because my head hurts.
I rarely ever get really sick.
Mm.
I do on the typical man. I am a big baby. Actually, I don't like my wife to rub my head or anything like that. I just don't like it unless I'm sick. Unless I'm sick, and then I want to lay there, put my head in her lap, and have her rub my forehead. And
Yeah.
but I think
And sing Soft Kitty. You need to have her sing Soft Kitty.
No, maybe not that.
No?
But no.
No. I can't see the chat. I guess I should look at the chat. I shared it out on my Twitter, and I know somebody else reshared it.
Nobody.
Hey, NBA.
Saying NBA's in there. Ralph's in there.
Ralph's probably sleepy.
So I seen when I got home when I was clicking through and getting set up that Snobby Scrap Picker had a live stream today. And
yes.
I am kind of upset that I had to work today and I missed it.
It was great. He had so many people in there and everything was so clear. It went really well. I think he still has some learning curves on the software, but everybody was laughing and it was great. It was really good. So I'm glad he did it.
Snobby and Misty are great. So I had to work today. So I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to watch the replay. I'm really sorry. I missed it. So Snobby, you're out there. I apologize. I had to work. But I will replay that sucker to see how you did because you are one of my favorite YouTubers. So
yeah, they're good people, I think.
They are.
I put it on my Facebook too, so it may take a little bit for people to come in. But I did put it on my Facebook if anybody wanted to come watch for a little bit, and my Twitter.
Ralph was saying he had 25 people in there.
Yeah, 25 or 26. Yeah, there were always at least 20 people. He probably could have stayed on for another several hours, but they were going to watch a movie or something, so they didn't want to stay. And I think it was kind of shaking him up a little bit because he was trying to control everything, and they didn't have a mod yet. So, we were all kind of exposed, and we saw one person come in that we thought, Dusty and I thought might have been a troll, and I was like, Dusty, might be time to run. Might be time to take off. But no, they did good though. So how does Missy get connected? Does she just connect up to random Wi-Fi, or does she have?
I don't know. Sometimes she has Wi-Fi in the park she's in, but I don't know if she's in a park. I don't know if they're on the road. She just texted me a little while ago and says that she's out to dinner with the guys.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be a little late, but she'll be here. She brought her laptop with her.
Okay. Oh, I forgot I could do this. Maybe that'll make me look a little better. Hold on one second. The lighting in my house it's an old house and it's set up to where light's not supposed to come in this part of the house. There we go. That's a little better.
Okay, living room, my dungeon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you have a dungeon.
I do.
I don't have a dungeon.
It's a dungeon. I've had people over here and they say, Errol, you live in the creeper house, because there is very few windows in my house anyway.
Oh, really?
But I designed it that way for to keep it cool in the summer, because it's very cool in my house in the summer, and it also helps with the not losing heat out through the windows or the cold, the radiant cold coming in through. So
right.
It does help. It served its purpose the way I needed it to. But I am going to put a couple windows over here, probably next spring.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want that great big 4-foot by 8-foot window that I used to have, because even when I put the wood stove in here, this room wouldn't warm up.
By the way, the Ellen Glab is my oldest daughter that everybody's met. And Ellen, it's probably right there. She says she can't use chat, but sees you guys. Just a heads up for Android users. That's my oldest daughter.
Alrighty. Hello, Ellen Glab. Says everybody knows you. I don't.
You haven't seen her?
No.
Ah. Oh, okay. Weird. Well, but this is the first time I've been on yours. That's probably why.
First time you've been on this Behind the Channels, yes. You've been into the coffee chats. Gaffa Haynes, good.
Oh, Gaffa.
I think it's morning over there for him.
Thank you, Gaffa. I don't feel beautiful right now. I feel ill. Uh-oh.
All right, well, we'll get this this part of it out of the way.
Yeah, I think we got a bad person in here, by the way.
Do we?
Check the chat.
My boyfriend. No, actually, no. It looks like a bad person. It is a really weird name, but I have talked to them a few times, and they are actually a really decent person.
Okay.
So,
just making sure.
Well, thank you for keeping tabs on that. And I thought the same thing when they come into my chat the other night, but I'm not quick to hit that button. And they actually held decent conversations and no problems. It's a weird name. It looks like a troll name, but a troll they are not. Or
okay.
They don't appear.
I'll remember. I will remember.
All righty.
So we can just hang out here and talk if you want to until we get some more people. We got 9.
We got 9.
Yeah.
Well, we can do that if you want. We can just sit there. And we
can look, I'm at 761.
761. Pretty good.
Not bad.
Well, we can do it a little in reverse if you would like. We can show your channel towards the end of it, and we can just sit here and talk about you, because that's what this is actually all about.
Okay.
Your channel is just a little bit of it. I have discovered through my own personal things that there's some people out there, they have decent channels, but I go to their channels because I've seen them in live stream. I've talked to them in live stream, and I've gotten to know that person, and they are awesome. So I want to have people, to learn to not just take the channel for being a channel. There is a person there, and that could be an awesome person.
Right.
And I like to get to know the people better than I do the channels anyways. So M-O, I call you Mo, but those who don't know, that actually stands for Missouri. Her name is
Tanya.
Tanya. Yes, I knew that. I did know that. But I got some timers.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Snobby calls me Tanya half the time, and Dusty has to remind him.
But yeah, MO is for Missouri because she is in Missouri.
And for more than. Has like 3 meanings.
Oh, Mo. Mo. Okay, more. Yeah.
Yep.
I get it.
Ah.
So now the homesteading is something that's fairly new to you, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I've lived here for 4 years, and I was here. Now my daughter that's in the chat, she was already here. She already had chickens. I'm not sure if when I got here, no, she did have the goats when I got here, and she had already gone through all of that, doing the canning and starting to learn how to incubate eggs and all that kind of stuff, and I hadn't. I had never milked a goat. I was a professional living in the city. You know, when I was younger, I lived in sort of country, but not really, you know. And so when we moved here, you know, I wanted to have a garden and I wanted to learn all of these things. So what do? You go on YouTube and you start finding people. And I found several channels and went around until I found just a couple that I really liked so far, and that was 2 years ago. And then, you know how drama happens.
Oh yeah.
Well, there was drama in these homesteading channels that I was watching, and you know, people are throwing out videos at each other, and I'm like, okay, that's odd. You know, I've never seen anything like that. And so I was sitting here with that daughter that's in the chat, and I go, hey, this is what's going on in these channels. Do you think that this is playing at homesteading? And she goes, yeah, you know, we're doing canning and we're doing different things, but it's cool stuff. You know, it's cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I decided to start a channel. I'm like, okay, well, let's go play with YouTube then. Let's go, you know, see what I can do with that. It might be fun. And look, and I met you.
You did. We're all glad that you did. Sorry, I'm taking roots. Wait a minute. So the daughter that's in the chat is the daughter that lives next to you that has the goats?
Yes.
So I have seen her. I seen her in that video of you making the steps for the goats.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So now I do know who it is.
Yep.
Hey, I feel better now. I thought I was being left out or something.
Yeah, she's in that one and the hay video.
Hay video.
Yeah, where she was picking up the hay and stuff, and it's got the Amish. It's got like an Amish picture.
Yep.
Yeah, she's in that one too.
Okay, so now I do. Now, how long is she? Was like she there, and then you moved in next door to her, or vice versa?
Yes.
Or
yeah, she was already here. They moved here from Vegas. And so it was funny. There was like a little rumor going around that they were witness protection. And it got even worse once we moved here, because we moved here from California. So it was kind of funny. Let me answer 1 second.
Hi, Crazy.
Hi, Crazy Ann. Do I watch Wrangler Stars? Sometimes, not all the time, Gaffa. His channels, I watch stuff for specific purposes on his, but his live streams are so fast that I don't watch him very often. He's huge.
There's a homesteader out there that I started watching, and if I watch a few videos and I really like the channel, I tend to, late at night when I'm upstairs, I'll get on my personal channel. I will go way back. And their videos were way back. They were awesome homesteading videos.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden he went weird. He went to making arrows and see the Bigfoot in the corner. And
oh, I know who you're talking about. He's funny though.
He is funny, but it was like starting out as a real good.
Yeah, my biggest one. If you don't mind me talking about the ones that I watch.
Absolutely not. This is you.
The one that I watch the most is Lumna Acres, and he's up in New Hampshire. And I think one of the reasons why I like him so much is he's consistent, and he's in somewhere I'm not, you know? So he's living somewhere where they have different extremes. So some of the things that, like you have more snow than I would ever have. If you were building a chicken coop, your chicken coop's going to be a lot more sturdy, and it has to be, because you're going to have how many months of Lola? How many months of snow up there?
My chicken coop is still out back.
Oh, okay.
I have
but so I've always watched him, and he's really consistent, and he's not drama, and there's no political, and there's no, I want to watch something that, it's not political, it's not religious, it's not in your face every day. Doesn't mean I don't like the people, doesn't mean I just want to watch you for what you know, or if I just like you.
Mm-hmm.
Like NBA's in here. I watch NBA because I like NBA. I love it when he sings, and he's funny, and he cracks me up. And so that's what when I go picking channels, and I will be one of those people that if I go look at your channel and I'm watching it, I may not watch every video, but I'm going to watch some all the time just to be supportive of the people that are connected to me.
Absolutely. Yep.
So, okay, sorry. I'll go off on a tangent. You'll understand that. My daughter's probably laughing at me right now. Okay, so she calls us. She was living here. And I think she was here about a year. She may correct me. So she was here about a year, maybe a little longer, and she calls and she says, "Mom." And I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, "How are you liking California?" And I went, "Well, it's all right. I like the, blah, blah, blah." She goes, "Well, the little two-bedroom house next door?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she said, "He's selling that, Lola." And I go, "Really? For how much?" And it was 2 years worth of rent for us. And so I kind of talked to my significant other at the time. Now he's my husband. And said, "Lola, hey," said, "What do you think about this? Should we try to do this? It's in the middle of nowhere. It's completely different from anything we've ever done. My job was allowing me to work from home at the time. And, so we just decided we were going to leave. And we did." So we left. We were living in Corona, California at the time, and his family is all in Cerritos, so Corona's might be in Riverside County, and then his family was in LA County, just right on the outside edge of that. So, so we moved here, and it was a culture shock, and people think we're crazy for moving here, but I love it. I love it here.
So I'm guessing Corona's a city?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a big city, or?
It's not. Yeah, it's not small at all. It's right on the. You probably drive about 15 minutes, and you're in Anaheim. I mean, it's all, huge there. I would drive an hour and a half to 2 hours one way to work, sometimes longer. I might spend 5 hours in my car every day just going back and forth to work.
That's a long time.
It was a long time. It was, I think the traffic and just how truly large it was compared to, we moved there from, I grew up in Oklahoma, moved to Texas when the kids were younger, when she was about 12. And so I lived in Texas forever, in Dallas-Fort Worth. And that's, this big. Well, you get into LA and it's this big. You're driving in, you go anywhere, it'll take you 45 minutes to an hour to go anywhere, unless you're right in your same town. Lola. Hey. So.
So you moved to Missouri and decided to do homesteading.
Yep. That's what it's called now. Because we're such naturalists. We like natural food and organic, and homesteading is, grow. Huh?
But growing up in the country, we just call it life.
It's just life. I know I was explaining my channel to somebody at the store, and he goes, "What do you mean homesteading?" And I go, "Well, for us, here, it's just life. But to the outside world, doing canning, having animals, growing your own food, trying to be self-sufficient, trying to be self-sustainable, it's considered homesteading. It's not considered, just life, going hunting and all of that. And it's good because like people like me who grew up a little bit in it, but didn't, can share the stuff that they learn as they go. Hi, Missy.
Look who arrived.
I'm in the car with driving.
I see that.
It's funny.
Yeah, and us people that grew up in the country, we just tend to call it life.
Yeah.
But it is a big thing out there now. I mean, you have big TV shows about it.
Oh yeah, and people living off grid and Alaska and
Yep, and a lot of us. I don't now, but I used to have chickens and rabbits and pigs and geese and horses and ducks and everything out here. And I called it my backyard petting zoo, but because we really didn't eat that many of the animals, except the pigs. Those were always raised for slaughter. But
yeah, we haven't done meat chickens yet. That's the plan for next year. And in Oklahoma, Norman Noble is where I lived, and that's where I grew up.
I only know one place in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the Army base is.
We're going to Oklahoma, right, Mike?
Is that Tinker? The Tinker? That's Midwest City.
We're going to what?
Nope. I would know the city name if I heard it.
Del City? Midwest City?
No, it's kind of northern Oklahoma. It's about an hour south of.
Head on I-65.
Who's in Oklahoma City?
97 and Davidson County line.
An hour south of where?
Oklahoma City.
What's going on? Catch me up.
No, it's got to be Tinker Air Force Base. There's not another one.
No,
Ellen, are you still in here?
It's an Army base. I got a little thing right here somewhere. It's got a necklace that says my daughter is in the U.S. Army, and it has the name of the base on it that she was in.
Gosh, what is it? Fort Sill and.
Yes, Fort Sill.
Is it Fort Sill?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, Lawton. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, what Army base?
Yeah, Lawton. That is the name of the town. But that's the only town that I know where it is because I went out there for her boot camp graduation.
Yeah, that's farther south from where I lived for sure. Because Norman's just a little bit. Hi, Freeman.
Oh.
Norman's just a little bit south of Oklahoma City. So it's not far at all.
Missy, you're late.
What?
What? You're late.
Trying to eat.
I am late.
Better late than never, though, right?
Yeah, but you know what happened, Maine-iac? First of all, you switched the time, and then I went into a different time zone. I forgot to plan that out.
Oh, you drove to a different time zone?
We drove to the different time zone, yeah.
Oh gosh.
6:45 here.
What? Oh, yeah. It's what time, Mike?
6:45.
6:45. Oh, you gotta change the thing on your laptop. Yeah, we went from Indiana to Tennessee. We drove.
Oh, and see, that's where I'm at. It's 6:45 for me.
You're in Tennessee?
No, just at the time zone.
Oh, so
I'm in Missouri.
Okay.
So how much land do you have to do?
Not much. We have a little under an acre because we're in a small town. Just a little bit. We don't have a big property.
So is there like maybe plans in the future of maybe moving to the outskirts and getting land, or maybe just purchasing some land and having the barn and stuff over that way, or?
Right. See, and that's what we've talked about a lot even my daughter talks about it too. You know, we're always on the constant lookout for like a 5-acre place, and people know that we're looking for a 5-acre place. You know, because that's, to me, that's really kind of, I think some people call them hobby farms because they're that size, between 5 and 10 acres. But
Mhm.
that way you could have cows, which I could have cows here, but I'd have to feed them. I'd have to bring stuff in for them to eat rather than them just living more off what you had out in your fields and stuff, you know.
More than being
And
a graze.
yes, yeah. And, you know, people around here, I mean, there's pastures back over there across the way where I know you've been in some live streams with me where I talk about the coyotes and stuff like that. You know, we see coyotes run across back over there and everything else. We're definitely a small town, rural town in the middle of a big open area. You know what I mean? Um, so I think that would be a future thing several years from now, but I don't think we'd give up this house. I think we'd still keep this house probably.
So your chicken coop is awesome. It's got to be one of the best looking chicken coops I've ever seen. I just like the way you got the area surrounded off under the tree, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really cool.
Thank you. You know, I have not done the video on how I made that. And it's funny because, you know, I'm new to all this. So I was trying to do everything that I could to recycle, reuse, all of that. So my cousin called me, and he lives in Arkansas, and said, "Hey, I've got chickens. I need to get rid of them. Do you want them?" And I'm like, "Okay." So it took me a year to go down there and get them. Well, by the time I got down there, the chicken coop that he had was pretty much dilapidated. You know what I mean? It was done. And but I took part of it with me and took the chickens with me. And then he gave me a 10 by 10 dog pen to put around, is what he had his in, and then a little coop on the inside. Well, so I took that, and I took some pallets and some wire reel, you know, those wire reels you get for free from people. I used to work for a wire company, so I had some in my garage. So I took some of the tops, took them apart, and I put together this little coop for my little 8 chickens. And it works out really well. I think that the biggest worry for us is foxes and stuff getting in there, but I like it. I think it works out well in that little tree area. So thank you.
It looks really cool.
Thanks.
Mine's just sitting out on the back.
Hello?
Excuse me for a minute. Missy, can you talk?
If not, I can talk to people in the chat if I can get it to pull up right. Hold on.
Sorry, I just had to unmute myself. How's it going?
Good, how's it going?
It's going good. I just went to a country buffet.
Oh, yeah.
Fine. Yeah. Oh my
Was
God.
it good or?
It was good. Yeah.
Was it?
Oh my God. I had these carrots that had like maple syrup in it, I think. Oh my God. My eyes rolled in the back of my head.
Now, where are you originally from?
New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I grew up on Long Island. I'm originally from the Bronx, but I grew up on Long Island. And yeah. And you said you're from Missouri?
I'm originally from Oklahoma, but I live in Missouri now. Yeah. Originally from Oklahoma.
Uh-oh, I'm breaking up. You there?
Yes.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Is it me or is it you? Hello? Hello?
I can hear you.
Oh, I can hear you. Hey, look at that. Yeah, we're headed to Oklahoma in a few weeks.
Oh, really?
Arkansas.
Then Oklahoma.
Then Oklahoma. Okay, Arkansas first and then Oklahoma. That's right. Yeah, I've been staying there for a week. Yeah.
Where are you?
Oklahoma
What
City.
town are you staying in?
I don't know, somewhere just outside Oklahoma City.
Okay, I'm gonna send you some information on a barbecue place.
Oh, okay. Okay, that'd be great. Oh, thank you.
Yes. If you want some really good barbecue, this is one of those hole in the wall kind of places that people don't really know about too much.
Oh, cool. Do they have vegetables? Because my guys are like the barbecue. I don't eat like you know.
Oh, do they have? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they have vegetables? they might.
Mm.
They might have corn on the cob and stuff.
Too dark to see.
You know, I'll have to look that up. But I can find you guys some places that's yummy to go.
Missy's a
Oh, great. Thank you.
She's what?
a vegan.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, I can definitely. I'll find you some places.
That's it. My guys aren't. You know, I just like fine whatever.
Yeah.
I'll wash on the tablecloth, whatever. You know.
And sorry about that, folks. Work called. They're confused because they don't know.
They're confused.
They are. We got them.
Maybe they're watching.
No, they didn't know if I
Prepare to turn
passed
right.
the meds or
In
not.
half a mile.
So H7 Polo says he's trying to get 10 acres. Where are you trying to get 10 acres at?
I think I lost.
He's in Oklahoma.
He is in Oklahoma too?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself. I think I was probably about 35 and I had an opportunity to buy 120 acres in Oklahoma really, really cheap and I didn't do it. And I really wish I would have. I kicked myself now for that one. Food forest.
Food forest, permaculture.
Hey, Food Forest.
Freeman James, that's perfectly fine.
Right.
So other people have other live streams that they like to be at, and that is perfectly fine, kind sir. Thank you for joining us. All right, so let's get on to the part where now I'll do it again.
Okay.
Click the tick.
I'm feeling better.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Now it really makes me worry that it was the heater.
So Mo Homesteading, you've heard a little bit of her story. We'll get into a little bit more of a story again after that. She's got 761 subscribers. She is a homesteading channel. She's just a small homesteader. This is her homepage, which looks different to what some of you might be because I am now using TubeBuddy, so it makes me looking at the stuff a little bit different. So, videos.
And I only have right now I only have about 15 videos up and I need to do I feel like I need to do some work on my channel. I've tried several times to do the banner, but I'm having a hard time with it, getting it to work. You know how when you go in and it says, you load a picture and it says, this is what it looks like on the computer, this is what it looks like on your phone, and I can never get it to kind of match up. So that's something I need to learn.
So what I got a little tip for you. I usually don't give tips on channels, but for creating your banner, I'll give you a tip.
Okay.
You need a 2058 by 1440 something has to be the minimum size of the picture.
Right.
However, when you crop it, it only crops a little tiny piece of it. Okay.
Right.
That's all it does. So what I did was I made me a big white picture of, it was just a white, and that's it, of the 2048 by whatever it is they wanted. And then I made my banner the size that it could be to crop at, and I had to keep copy and pasting it and moving it around until I got to a spot where it would crop the whole thing the way I wanted it. It's a tedious pain in the butt, but that's how I did it.
Okay. Yeah, I need to work on that a little bit. And I guess the one, oh, go ahead.
Oh, nope, I was just clicking Missy back. She.
Oh.
You load a picture and it says, this is what it looks like.
Oh. She's there.
She is. All right, so here we go, and I'm going to click on a video. We'll click on this one right here.
That's one of my first ones. The first one's not bad. It's pretty fun. Like the one that says first YouTube video ever.
Yep. Let's see if this is even going to work for me. There we go. Oh, I was watching that, so it's halfway through.
video, but I said I was going to put one up every day, and I didn't get some up yesterday, so I'm doing one really fast. Okay, so my black raspberries are insane. I probably have already gotten 5 or 6 gallons bags full, and I have to show you what we have today. So, oh, geez.
It was so hot that day.
What do you say?
Black.
It's putting us on 65. I don't know why.
Yeah. Look at all of them. I'm not getting. I've only got about 15 minutes to pick them, and she's with me, so I won't get them all, but I have to go somewhere. But this hedge is, I'm going to say 25 feet by 6 feet, and it started from 4 plants a couple of years ago. I'll do a whole video on where we started from and got to this, but seriously, look at all of those. Aren't they beautiful? The one, I'm really good at growing berries. I should just do a berry farm.
American Bulldog.
Berries. Yummy.
Yeah, very yummy. You'd love those.
Habit to give Miss Lola Von Brown. But she enjoys it. It keeps her busy, and it makes her happy.
Yeah, my computer's being a poop tonight.
So we usually tear up any boxes, product boxes.
Thank you, Food Forest.
If we buy pop, and then we put them in the trash. Well, basically, she just shreds these, and then I put it in the trash can. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that this is not the smartest thing to do, but she enjoys it, and she's spoiled, so, gotta love the dog.
I love it.
Yeah, my computer's being a poop.
Now, the hazard of spoiling her like this is she brings it up on the couch and tears it up instead of on her rug. But, again, happy dog, and she has allergies, and she's all itchy, so if it keeps her entertained, because she can't go outside very often at this point until we figure it out, then I gotta keep her happy.
Seriously, she just rips it up into those little pieces and she's done.
Really hot, but I got about 20 minutes of picking. The black raspberries were absolutely amazing. That degrees out here, and so I'm worried that I'm going to lose a whole bunch of them. A neighbor kid came by, and he's like, "Hey, Tanya, is there anything in your yard you need done?" And I go, "I tell you what, I'll leave a basket on the front porch. Go out there and pick berries for 30 minutes, and I'll give you $10 and some gloves and stuff." And I told him just pick the black one and pick as many berries as you can in 30 minutes. So that may help me out because my daughter's not home, or I would ask her to do it, but it is way too hot, and I have to go. So, I do a 1 day a week job thing. So this one's a quick one because I'm just going to roll with it. I still have editing to do, and we got really busy last night, so I'm going to edit all those older ones, but I'm just going to try to do a little pop-in, hi, here's what I did today kind of video. I get in the habit.
Yes. The video is better than that, folks. My computer's being junk tonight. I guess that's what I get for getting it at the dump.
Hey, computer chick. That is so cool. I'm so in awe of that dog, man.
That is
She's fabulous. She is. She's good.
Pit bulls like to chew.
Well, it's better than your shoes or anything like that. Like, just go
My first pit bull, he used to sleep in a crate. The door wasn't on it, but I crate trained him when I got him to use the bathroom, and then he just decided that it was his bedroom. So he always slept in the crate. The door was wide open, but I put a blanket in there for him, and it literally was just about lint when he was done with it.
Well, just to clarify, just so people know, she's an American Bulldog.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
That's a American Bulldog.
Yeah, she's American. It was funny because our town, even though they really don't enforce it, has one of those laws
Oh.
That you can't have pit bulls. And so we were sure to make sure and get her as a papered American Bulldog so that we wouldn't get in trouble. And at the time, we didn't, we'd only been here just a little bit. So we probably didn't really have to do that. We could have gotten any dog we wanted, but we like American Bulldogs anyway.
Sorry about that. I thought she's tiny then for an American Bulldog, though.
Oh, no, she's not.
She looked it.
Well, that was how many months ago? That was through, but still, no, she's pushing 100 pounds.
Oh, is she?
She's pretty big, yeah.
In 1,000 feet,
Yeah,
turn
she's
slightly
big.
right.
She's not there's two different kinds of American Bulldogs. There's Johnsons and Scotts. And honestly, I always get them confused, but one of them is a lot shorter and stouter, and the other one is a taller, leaner, but they're still beefy, and that's what she is. You can't really see her weight as much as you would on that other type of American Bulldog. But yeah, no, she's beefy. Yeah.
She was a pit bull.
Nope.
But yeah, I had one that chewed, and then my next one just would chew any blanket she could get her. She really loved blankets that had stuffing inside of them, and she would rip the hole and then pull all the stuffing out.
See, and she likes toys that are, and I'm gonna have to throw a pillow at her because she's chewing on her foot. Hey, stop, Lola. Sorry. She likes things that are like sheepskin. Is that what it's called? The little fluffy.
Yep.
So she likes that stuff, and she won't tear that stuff up. But she'll tear up anything else in like 5 seconds if it's a toy.
Yeah, and people go out and buy those outrageous Kong balls and give it to bulldogs or a bulldog or a dog and expect it to last, and it doesn't. It lasts like 10 minutes, and then they've got little tiny pieces.
Yeah, she can. Now the black ones she can't chew up. Lola, hey.
My first bulldog, I found out something that was very good for him. He liked to chew it, and it didn't cost me a lot of money. I would take a soda bottle and throw it, and he would go chase it, and he would chew on a soda bottle for hours.
Oh, see, and a lot of dogs like water bottles because of that noise. You know what I mean?
Yep.
One second.
And it was 5 cents as opposed to, $5 for a Kong ball.
Oh yeah, and they're 20 now.
Yeah, they are expensive.
She has my headband at this moment.
All right, folks. Now we're not getting rid of Mo Homesteading just yet, but I am going to take her channel down. There's a quick look at her channel. Go there, watch a video, watch them all. She don't have a whole lot on there yet.
No.
Yeah. Leave her a genuine comment, and if you like what she's all about, then go ahead and subscribe to her channel.
And I'll have more cool stuff later. I'm going to do some artwork things and teaching how to do different types of artwork. I'll probably do some stone carving videos and stuff like that.
Now, that was my next question. Are you going to stick with this niche, or may you go off on a different direction or split?
No, I think right now I'm just going to keep the Mo Homesteading and try to, it's one of those things where it's more than, and so hopefully I can convey that out there that it's homesteading, but it's more than homesteading. And if it doesn't work and it seems like I need to have another channel for the artwork, then I will. That was my original thought at first, was I should do 2 different channels, and I just wanted to kind of start this one and learn everything about YouTube, which is what I'm doing now. How to use it, what I should do, if it was worth me doing, as far as my time and did I enjoy it, which I absolutely do. I love the whole YouTube experience, except for drama people. I love making new friends like you in other places. It's just fun to me, and learning all of the it's okay. For me, I need to be challenged. I need to have something that I've never done before to challenge me. And now that I don't have to be that business person and do all of those things, I want to do the things that I never got to do. Hey, Sterling Silver.
Very cool. Yeah, and you can prove that you don't need a lot of land to homestead. I mean,
No.
sometimes
Nope, you don't.
borrow land. I got about 2 1/3 acres here, and for the most part, out back, I had 100 rabbits, a couple dozen chickens, 4 pigs,
Mm-hmm.
2 horses, geese, ducks. I had it all. But I got lucky enough for the horses. I got 3 acres right next door to me that they allowed me to pasture the horses in the field out there. And then my neighbor here has couple acres out there that I was able to put the horses in. And I just had to make a walkway out through my woods for them to get from one side to another. So you don't need a lot of land,
No.
folks. If you're into, and if you just want to do get yourself half a dozen chickens, and you'll be more than happy. Probably even a half a dozen chickens, you're probably not going to be able to eat all the eggs you're going to get.
No, yeah, I have 8, and the other thing is, if I want to, I can raise pigs on this amount of land. I can raise turkeys and meat chickens, and and I could actually do a cow, but I would feel weird about it, And I could do goats my daughter has less space than I do over there, and she has at one time she had 7 goats total, all the babies. She had, I think it was 7 or 8. She had turkeys and chickens and ducks and guineas and 5 dogs, and they were fine.
And if you're not into the animal thing,
Mm-hmm.
have a garden.
That's right. And I have enough space out here to where I could do. I'm so sorry. That I could have a much larger garden, but this thing's 25 by 50 feet, and it's just me and Ross. So I didn't want to go too crazy with it, and then it be too much. Oh, we lost her.
We lost Mitzi.
And then it be too much, where it was just way too much stuff. And right now it hasn't been that yet. I've tried different things each year and tried to learn them and understand them. Like this year I did lots of tomatoes, lots of peppers, and I was doing some of the other things.
She did, folks. She grew loofahs.
I did grow loofahs. It's fabulous. It actually worked. I was really super excited about that because I didn't think they were going to grow. Everything, we had all that rain here, and half the stuff died. Half of everything, everybody all over planted around here died. And so I had to replant a bunch of stuff, and then all of a sudden they just came up. They came back. And so now I have at least 15. There's at least 15 out there. But I'll probably grow them in a different spot next year and grow more so that I can growing loofahs. Seriously, it's a vegetable.
I thought it was a sponge.
I thought it was out of the ocean originally.
Me too.
And yeah. And you can eat them little. It's like you can eat them like a zucchini or like okra or something like that if they're small. And then if you let them get really big and huge is when they turn into the loofahs, into the scrubby sponge, the interior of it. So it's amazing.
I'm trying to figure out what that message is about. I just got a message that says, "Maine, your stream is being censored right now."
Why? From YouTube?
I don't know. It's a message I got on a comment, so I'm not sure what that's all about. And I just refreshed my page, and it seems like it looks funny.
Do you see it and I don't? Who said it?
Bubblevis.
I don't even see Bubblevis.
Bubblevis is usually always in the background. Bubblevis is a very good mod for me.
Mm-hmm. Bubblevis, come in here.
And I don't know what they're talking about. I have an idea. It probably got everything seems fine, but when I hit refresh on my computer over here, I don't get the chat. I don't get nothing on it.
How strange. I don't feel like we've done anything to be censored for.
No, we got some people out there lately that have been
Come up.
coming in and saying things, and more than likely it probably got flagged or something.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
But
What?
Can you get out?
I get out. Don't worry.
I just gotta say that jealousy's a bitch. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Do you want to say hi to people?
Hey, puppy. Oh yeah, now I can
Her
see.
head's all beat up. But her
Now,
head's beat up.
yeah,
you can see it.
I'm not gonna make it up there this Saturday, so I may end up having to wait until springtime to check out that crash site. But I do plan on getting up there to see that crash site.
Her head is messed up. She scratched her head on the top.
Yeah, for some reason I can't. My screen won't refresh. Let's try something else here.
Can people do that on StreamYard? Like, can they, or is it more the YouTube side?
It'll be on YouTube side. They will flag it. And I'm not sure what happens when your thing gets flagged, but
Yeah.
I have a pretty good idea who it is. So
No.
well, I have a pretty good idea who it is. I went out and came back in, and everything seems to be working fine.
Okay.
So I'm really not worried about it. They can flag it all they want. There's nothing said on here. So
Yeah. Hi, Eileen.
Eileen, the fam. Good evening. Missy's coming back. Welcome back, Missy.
Well, don't wake me.
Live from Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I am going to go ahead and where is it? Arrow, wrong thing. So I'm still trying to learn this. It's kind of a pain in the butt.
It's okay. People were asking me if I was live somewhere, so I was telling somebody anyway.
Yeah, I put the link up to Mo Homesteadin. Put the link up to her channel.
Thank you.
And evidently that park is no good where Missy is, because she's gone again.
Aww.
So what I will do is we'll let Missy keep popping back in and out. Whoops. I did it again.
Well, we got 16 people. That's awesome.
Do we have?
Yeah, some people are lurking, so it might be like my family members, my aunt, maybe going through Facebook and stuff.
Yep. What was I looking for? I am looking for that button right there.
What are you doing? So cute. What's the matter?
Posting the link up there. See if we got anybody else in the chat that may want to come on up and maybe preview their channel. And if not, we'll just keep sitting right here with Mo.
Yep, I'll hang out.
And then bouncing Missy. And she froze.
Did she me? I'm not.
Not you, Missy. I brought Missy back up and she froze.
Oh. No, I'm trying to people are sending me questions or sending me where you at kind of things. So I was trying to tell them.
Yeah, if anybody out there in the chat has any questions for Mo, go ahead and put them up, and I'm sure she'd be more than happy to answer them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we got it. Well, it dropped down to 12. I think in the chat has. Well, I'm not even going to say it on this. Maybe I'll go into it on after the show, but I'm not going to go into it on this.
Yeah.
So, Missy, you having problems, dear? I take that as a yes. Do you
I
get
get a lower tax rate? You know what, H7? I have not checked into that a lot yet. I've looked at it a little bit. I'm not quite there yet, I don't think. I don't meet all of the criterias to be. I know that they do have that in other states, and they have it partially in Missouri. I don't think it's a lower tax rate, but I think you can write off. It'd be like a regular farm, depending on what all you have on your property. But I am going to look into that some more. Look at her. She looks all mean. You're not mean. You look kind of mean.
She looks like she's pissed off about something.
Yeah, she's not. She's just watching. She doesn't know what I'm doing. What kind of art do I do? Everything. I do everything. If you ask me what my main medium was that I love the most, it would be stone carving, metal sculpture, and then figurative sculpture in clay. But I know how to do mosaic, fused glass. I can throw on a wheel, but I'm not great at it because I'm too rough. I'm just too rough to throw stuff on a wheel. I'm more put the clay together to make things as far as pottery. I can do painting. I can do, what else can I do? Mosaic. Pretty much anything. You throw it at me, I can do it if it's artwork. In one way or another, or I'll find a way to do it. She hates this park. Bye, Sterling.
So, yeah, I'm definitely not an artist by terms on anything.
I'm better with 3D stuff. I'm not, in my opinion, I'm not the best sketch artist or, anything like that. I'm more of a see the shadows in real life type of person. So I'd rather see the shadows. Like on my picture, the picture that I use for like my icon when I'm typing and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Behind me is a huge fused glass piece that's inside a wooden frame, but it's a big fused glass sun face moon thing, which actually is broken now, so it's out. But
ooh.
Yeah. My husband is. Oh, sorry.
I'm just trying to look for the thumbnail you're talking about.
Here, let me type in the chat and I'll show you. It's that one.
Oh, the thumbnail. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I was looking.
I guess that's what it's called, right? What is that called?
That is called your avatar.
Oh, okay. I don't know what they're called yet.
But I can see that is also in the very first video you did. It's in the background on the thumbnail of your video.
Probably in several of them. But we had all those storms come through. And I think in June we had some big ones come through and it knocked it off the porch. And it didn't break that day. And so we thought it was fine. And then we had another storm come through and it fell the other way. We had it secured, but the winds were really super massive. And it actually fell on the porch, not into the grass. And it cracked all the way through the middle. So it probably had already cracked a little bit. And it's durable. I mean, that glass, is a serious durable glass, so it had to have already had a fracture or something.
You had some big storms out there this summer.
Oh, it's crazy. It was crazy this year. Everybody's D3 deficient in the whole area because we haven't seen sun forever. It's like living in Seattle, there was so much rain 5 days a week, and you'd have one day where you actually got some sun, but there was so much rain and flooding and everything. It was nuts.
Now, didn't you have a tornado somewhere close to you? Touchdown?
Oh, I'm sure. I can't even remember, but I'm sure there were several. There were several up north. There was not super close to us, but I mean the downdrafts and the strong high winds and stuff. We had tree limbs and trees down and power outages, and anywhere in Missouri that you went, it was pretty disturbing all over.
Yeah, what do you want? No, I don't want you either. I don't want neither one of you. Go away. They're pains in the butt. So, good evening, Bubble This. Hi, all. I thought, but it was just a YouTube glitch.
What's a YouTube glitch?
I don't know.
What was it saying?
Maybe it was doing the same thing mine was, where the chat wasn't showing all it was showing was just the screen, the stream.
Oh. Hey, Ben Rick Games. I didn't say hi to Mrs. Hopkins either.
Hey, Ben Rick. Mrs. Hopkins in the house. Hi, Mrs. Hopkins. Sterl, I've seen you, but I don't like to interrupt my guests, so thank you for coming. We'll see you later. Oh,
sorry, I babbled. You can interrupt me.
We're going to try it again.
Misty, you trying to come up?
And she's back.
Yay!
I'm on my cell phone and it's working.
Oh, yay!
God, I look hideous on my cell phone.
No, you
I
don't.
look warped.
No, not at all.
And you're freezing?
And she's freezing up.
Well, at least she froze with a smile.
And we have cats visiting us.
She froze with a smile.
That's good.
Yeah, see right here, this is what happened. Why he thought there was a glitch.
Oh, she's working.
That's it. No chat, no nothing down in here, no chat over in there, nothing.
Weird.
So
strange. Ghosty kitty.
And we lost Missy again. And Missy's back.
And she's back. And she's still here.
So Missy. You
Yes?
usually have questions for our guest. Do you have any before you disappear on us again?
Yes. When you talk about art, you'd like to do art and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Is it, yeah. Yeah, I love art stuff. What kind of art do you do?
I was telling them, you may not have heard it. I can do anything. I can do there's so many different mediums that I know how to use, but it go in order. Pretty much I love stone carving the most, metal sculpture, figurative sculpture, but I can do mosaics and painting and fused glass and pottery and anything. Throw it at me. I haven't done glass blowing.
Wow.
I want to try.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's just because I don't have it all. If I don't have the tools to do it all, then I don't. I haven't learned how to glass blow yet, but I'd like to. I'd like to learn how to do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, were you self-taught or did you take classes and stuff?
Yeah, I was. There's a place called Creative Arts Center of Dallas, and my kids were. I'm fairly young, and my kids were all going to graduate. 3 of them were going to graduate the same year, and then the youngest one was going to go live with her dad. We did like a 2-year thing, and she was supposed to go live with her dad. So I was going to have Nobody there. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? And I'd always wanted to stone carve, and so I went to art shows and different things. Well, I ran into this Italian stone carver at a show, and he sat with me for probably an hour or so after. And I told him I wanted to stone carve, and he said, you need to go find a piece of stone, get some chisels, and do it, you know. And so I started looking around to try to find some stone and things like that, and I found the Creative Arts Center of Dallas. And they are amazing. If anyone out there that lives in Dallas and sees this video, I was there on the board for 9 years and was there 10 or 11. And they offer all kinds of classes and everything, workshops. It's amazing. It's an amazing place. And it's just, you know, it was started by some artists that wanted to share their knowledge with people, and now it's a gigantic organization that serves the public and the community and does all kinds of stuff with kids, and it's really a great institution, I feel like.
Oh, it's wonderful. Oh my goodness, how exciting.
It's fun.
Oh, wow.
If you go to Dallas, you should go by there, and I'll tell you my real name behind, you know, my old name when I was there, and tell them, walk back there and go, hey, she sent me, and they'll know who you are. Or they'll know who I am, and they'll be, oh.
So I can't go and say, hey, Mo sent me. No.
No. Some of them would. The director's still on my Facebook, and several of my art friends and everything, but some of the newer people probably wouldn't know who I was anymore. I haven't been there in a while. So.
Wow.
Yeah. I love those people. It's like an art home, that place. You know, you find,
I love it.
It is. It's like, I went in there the first day and I knew, right when I walked in, I knew that was what I was supposed to do. And so I learned from all of these amazing instructors, and you have all the artists around you taking the same class or the same workshop. And
Do you do art shows and stuff?
I've done a few. I haven't since I moved here.
Sorry, it's breaking up. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I've done a few in the past, like competitions and things like that, but I haven't gotten that far.
Sorry.
Whoops.
Oh, yeah. I think she got a phone call.
Oh, maybe that's what messes her up. Oh, I can't tell if she's back.
She's there. She's moving.
I kind of broke up here. Hello? Oh, let me go to this side.
Hello.
They're playing music inside. They got music every night at this RV park.
YouTube being kind of temperamental tonight, isn't it?
It's been being weird anyway, like the thumbs up thing, and we got 2 thumbs down. That's a bummer.
Nah, it's expected.
Big meanie.
Sometimes I've got as many as 12 in my morning chat before.
I wonder why.
It's not a big deal though, because they'll come in and give me a thumbs down, and then by the time my morning chat is over, all the thumbs, because if they don't stay and participate in the chat, their thumbs down doesn't. So it'll end up going away, and it'll be back down to 1 or 2 by the time the live stream ends. So
the cream pies, I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head. I'm gonna have to look it up, but it's on the south side of Oklahoma City. I feel horrible that I don't know the name of it, but I don't feel very well, and I'm old. So, but I'll look it up and find a way to. It starts with a P, and I can't remember. It's not Pete's. Poppies, Pippies. See, now you're gonna make me look it up. Hold on.
it's okay, Bubble Vis, but I figured out why it's a little bit dark right up in here is my lighting. Because if I pull the camera in close, I can make it look, not the camera, but the light in, I can make the shadow like go away. But
my daughter will know.
Make it a little bit better, or bring it back in closer, because it's about 1.5 feet further back than it was. And somebody said it might actually have to be a little bit closer to me.
Hi, how's it
But
going?
I've designed it to roll it up.
Thank you.
So even if I bring it closer, it's okay.
I'm going to send a message to my daughter because she'll know what the name is right off the top of her head. She's my memory half the time.
Sorry.
And I don't think she's still in here.
Yeah, I haven't seen her comment.
Mm-mm. She probably put it up on her TV, but the girls, she had to put the girls to bed too, the kids.
Yeah, that kind of is a bummer when you put it up on your TV, like through a PlayStation or something like that. You can't participate in the chat.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I think it's Pippi's. Ugh, killing me.
Oh, don't
Why?
say Pippi. I have the Pippi.
Well, if
Let's see.
Pippi's.
Pippi's.
In Louisville, Kentucky, there is a place called Mark's Feed Place.
Pappy's.
We drove through Louisville today.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think it's Pappy's. Oh my gosh, they have one in Springfield.
But yep, in Louisville, Kentucky, there's a place called Mark's Feed Place, and they make their own barbecue sauce, which is awesome there. But you go in, and it's picnic tables with checkered tablecloth onto them, and it's just got a big roll of the old brown paper towels like you used to dry your hands with in a restroom. That's what's up there for napkins, and it's kind of cool.
Cream pies, it's really yum. It's like a little bitty place, and tell them it's off May Avenue. It's really, really good. It's like the best Pappy's.
Very cool.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of really great places in Oklahoma to go eat and stuff. So, but there is everywhere. You just have to find it.
There was a place I eat just outside of Oklahoma City that was meh, and it was called McDonald's.
Oh no. No McDonald's. No doing McDonald's.
I was going through on my motorcycle. I just got hungry, so pulled into a McDonald's, got me a little snack.
McDonald's is banned.
Off I went. Missy's hiding under a blanket or something.
It's actually my sweatery thing because I'm outside and I'm cold, but it's the only way I can get connection.
Oh.
What is it growling at, kid?
McDonald's? Yeah, McDonald's.
Fell off.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to want to come on up. Which is...
The Food Forest needs to come up.
Who's
that?
Food Forest? More
Food
than
Forest. I'll go down and Food Forest needs to come up.
I want to make cream pie.
Food Forest is super more knowledgeable.
Yeah, I want to see Food Forest. Yeah, I definitely want to see Food Forest. But,
Yeah.
you know, you should do Maine-iac. You should have like a theme every week. I mean, like, you know, like you could have like cooking channels one week and like, you know, like, you know, homesteading channels and then, you know, scrapping channels, like, you know, have like a theme and people goes, oh, I want to definitely see this. I'm into that, you know? Because you don't, I will.
Missy87 says you're all about the cream pies.
all about the cream and the pies, yeah. No
well, and if nobody has any more questions, I'll probably go ahead and go off, if that's okay with you.
Oh, that is perfectly fine, Mo. Thank you very much for coming up and being on the show.
Bye, Mo.
Very nice having you. So,
Thank you. Oh, no, wait a minute, I'm staying.
Oh,
yay!
I'll stay for half a second just so I can say hi.
Oh, no, that's perfectly fine. You can stay as long as you want.
It's awesome.
That is allowed. All right, let me.
I just wanted to say hi to him. I just want to go, but I want him to get focused. So yeah.
Good.
He's cool. Okay, I'm going. Hugs, everybody.
All right, thank you for coming, Mo. Remember, folks, go visit Mo Homestead, and if you like what you like, subscribe.
Yeah, because I want them to focus on you.
No.
You're smarter than me.
I'm looking for his channel. Why does it not want to come up?
He's so much smarter than me.
Oh, I
No,
know.
I'm just not feeling very well, so I need to probably lay down for a little while.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a scare there. So,
Yeah.
all right, let me see if I can find him. I know I am subscribed.
But I'll watch, but I'm going to leave off the
Oh,
camera.
take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey,
All
Mo,
the best.
thank you for coming. I am looking for your channel, Food Forest.
Well, I'm around somewhere there.
Well, I typed your name into the YouTube search, but it didn't come up with your channel.
Oh, I'm invisible. Yay.
There you are.
With
It's not in the
YouTube, anything is possible.
It's not in the search, but like I said, I knew I was subscribed to you. So
I've watched your show a few times. I just don't say too much. The odd time I'll say something, but
I had something new that I'm trying. I've been trying it now for a few months, and
yeah.
some weeks it's good, some weeks it's not so good. So, alrighty there. Click on that. And there we go. And you can go ahead and tell us about your channel.
Well, it's a channel to show people my, everyday life and try to get people to plant a food forest so that that they can plant one and show them how easily it's done, and it's there for generations, and it'll feed you for a long time, and it'll repair the ecosystem of the planet, regreen the desert, and retrofit the city. I don't take money or donations. I give out, but I don't. I give out whole complete food forest in my locale, but I don't. I can't obviously ship them anywhere. But in my local area here, I've given out now 9 food forests, all the trees, the soil, everything. Yeah. So it's just basically a sustainable life that you're giving people. And it's a lot of fun. You see people change, and they're more content, and they're happier, and they're healthier humans from growing their own food to going fishing and learning foraging, getting clams, oysters. Well, there's all the videos there of everything we go and do. So it's a lot of fun.
Oh, you have a lot of videos.
Yeah, it's basically on like growing food and other farmers, other permaculturists, and some vacation into parks and islands and stuff like that, like local flora. I'll videotape that and do a little research and put up the scientific name in case someone actually knows about it. Because you never know who's going to watch your video.
So you're located on Vancouver Island?
Oh yeah, southern Vancouver Island. Temperate climate here, like Italy or Spain. We grow figs, oranges, lemons in Canada. Hey? It's a little known secret.
Now, geographically, where is Vancouver Island?
It's off the coast of British Columbia, towards Washington State.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah, but it's a different climate than Washington State. We're on an island in the Pacific. I can get in a boat and go to Japan right from here where I am.
Really? Cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, totally. I can go to Hawaii from here on a boat. Oh, for sure. I'm in the Pacific Ocean. I found a green sea turtle from Hawaii about 2 months ago. I put that video up. I think it's on there somewhere. Yeah, it's down further. You're going up, but it's down. Yeah. But here it is, a green sea turtle from Hawaii. They're not supposed to be here. And great white sharks are here now. It's warmer climate here. We only get 2 weeks of winter here. That's all we get. Yeah, in Canada, we get 2 weeks. Everybody else gets 8 months, and we get 2 weeks.
Yeah, I live in Maine, and we got the long.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've lived in Ontario, so that's close to Maine. It's very close. I've lived in Nova Scotia, which is close to Maine as well.
Yep.
But this is the West Coast. You're on the East Coast.
So see, I did not know that. I weren't exactly sure where Vancouver Island is. But it's in the Pacific, and it's, I mean, your winters, what do they consist of? I mean,
2 weeks of frost or snow, and then that's it. And then it's gone. That's it. And I walk around in a t-shirt and pair of shorts all year round here. Yeah.
Jeez,
Sometimes we don't even get that. Sometimes we get 2 or 3 days of frost or 6 days of frost and no snow. Sometimes we get a little bit more snow. Like 30 years ago, you could skate on the ponds here. You can't do that anymore. They just don't freeze. They haven't froze for 25 years.
So you got room for more people out there?
Well, this is the wild West Coast. It's wild here, hey?
Sometimes
you can drive out and not see fences or people, right?
Yeah. So is it a big island, or I'm gonna have to do some research on
the second biggest island in Canada. It's the biggest island off the West Coast. Yeah, it's a huge island.
Do some research.
If you put the entire population of the world on Vancouver Island, we'd all have 855 square feet to live on, more than any home, and grow our own food. So when you hear people say, "Oh, the world's getting overpopulated," that's a pile of horse hockey. I can say that. I think. Better than
you can say anything you want on here.
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't do that. But oh, hey, you have a visitor.
That is Hot Mess Missy. She is usually my co-host, but she is having technical difficulties tonight. And
it's the bane of a nomad. You never know where you're gonna get connection.
All right, so I'm gonna pick a quick video. Growing lemons on Vancouver Island.
Oh yeah, we grow lemons here, quite a few.
New food forest. I don't know what that is, but let's watch your lemon video here. It's a fairly quick one, so
cool.
We're ready. How you going? Oops. There's I'm gonna harvest some lemons today, and there's enough here to harvest. So
now my computer is being a butthead tonight.
That's good.
And there's even new little ones.
It's a 15-foot lemon tree out back here, and we have figs and figs. It's a lot of fun because it's subtropical food. Pretty cool.
Next to the fig tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a banana there.
We grow bananas here too.
Southern Vancouver Island's pretty nice.
Canada. That's the cool part.
Sure is.
I'd never heard of that.
No, it's very little talked about. This is a nice place.
So I'll take off 4 or 5 of these.
It's like going to Southern California in a lot of ways. We have palm trees here. Everything that grows in California will grow here, except avocados are very difficult, and mangoes. But if you grow them in the greenhouse, they'll grow here. Yeah.
About pineapples.
Yeah, I grew them in the greenhouse. You put a rocket stove in a greenhouse, I can grow North Pole with human manure. There's the lemons there. I grew this lemon tree. I ate the lemon and got the 10 years ago.
In Canada.
Grew the lemon.
Love it. And there's still lots on there. All the best. Everybody, take care.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very strange. I didn't know food like that could be grown in Canada.
Well, it's not really in Canada like what you're thinking, because it's Canada's igloos, snow, and whatever for 8 months a year. That isn't here though. And I noticed it when I was a kid. I would walk and go fishing, and I'd have these underripe lemons, and I would pick them. And I'm like, wow, lemons grow here. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I just took off after that and just grew my own. My father grew grape fruit here. So
they're obviously not indigenous to Vancouver Island.
no.
But,
No, afraid not. No, but anything will grow here if you look after it anywhere. It's just how you look after it. And building the soil with no-till, you build it in layers, like 3, 4, 5, 6-inch layers. I wouldn't go more than 6 inch of coffee grounds, wood chips, bark mulch, kitchen waste, wood ash, and you're just replicating what would be in nature.
mm-hmm.
So then that microbes really, it's warmer soil than somewhere else. So it's how you've amended the soil. It's called microclimating. And so basically we can grow anything we want here. Most people don't, though. They go to big box stores and buy everything. But we've built 9 food forests altogether with different people. So that's a lot of fun. That produces, before I pass away, I'd like to build 100 food forests to supply the entire city.
Okay, now when
that's my goal.
Fucking, I'm just picturing a really big garden.
Well, it's a food forest. You know how you look at a regular forest and nature looks after it and you don't water it,
mm-hmm.
and it just grows? Well, that's all you're doing when you build a food forest, and it's in layers. See, in a tropical or subtropical climate, they grow nitrogen-fixing perennials and annuals to build the soil. Well, that takes 40 years in Canada. I don't have that. So I sped up the process. And I created what's called pathway soil bank building. So I make my own soil. I make my own ecosystem. And it looks after itself. It's like a giant sponge. So any time of year, I can go out there and harvest thousands of pounds of food. Any time of year. Doesn't matter if it's wintertime. I can go dig up sunchokes, potatoes, carrots, and it's on the forest floor, underground food. So I decided to do this when I was 3 years old. I built my first one. That was 50 years ago or more. And I sometimes I go back there. It's my grandparents' property, which went to my nieces and stuff. And I go back there and it's all there. It's still producing food. It produces food for your lifetime and generations' lifetime. And that's what's key. You don't have to keep. I never fertilize, I never weed, and I never water. Ever. I don't go out there and prune all the trees. I let them grow wild. I let the grapes grow through the trees. Let the kiwi go through the trees, the passion fruit, whatever it is, vines, you see, tayberries, whatever. They grow through the trees. So if you look at the videos, and here's, it's all growing there. So what if it's not in season, then it's always underground food or on the ground food. Like kale grows all year round here, radishes. I get about 6 crops a year of radishes and about 5 or 6 crops of lettuce. I mean, most people get 1 crop and then that's it.
Yeah.
But here you just keep growing. But the more you build the soil, the greater the ecosystem microclimate for subtropicals you're growing, the greater chance of it living. If you take a picture when frost is on the ground of your property, where there's no frost, that's your microclimate for pomegranates. We grow pomegranates here, but that's how you find it. Unless you have experience, like 20, 30, 40, 50 years of experience doing it, you don't need to take the picture because you already know. But the picture don't lie. Where there's no frost in the picture, that's where you put your tenders. It's a concept of observation is key to survival in nature. If you can have a concept of what you're looking at, you'll make out really well. But if you get freaked out and scared, you'll never do anything. Or if you're worried there's a weed out in your driveway growing, you're never going to go anywhere because you're concentrating on that in your environment. When you're not going to reach a goal, you're in a circle going around and around and around in a circle. You're never getting to the goal of, like, I knew when I ate that lemon and I liked it and it was a little bit sweet, it would grow here. I seen other people's lemons growing here. This 91-year-old lady, about 30 years ago when I first moved to the southern part of Vancouver Island. She's dragging this lemon tree out into her garage. She's 91 years old in a garbage can. And I ran up to her. I said, "Oh, let me help you with that." She goes, "No, this is my lemon tree." I said, "It's still yours. Let me help you." She says, "Oh, okay." And she noticed that I was, a gardener in the neighborhood, and she recognized me. So I helped her put it away. And I said, "Well, what do you do with these?" And she goes, "Well, I eat them all year round." And that's what I do now. I eat lemons all year round in Canada, grown here.
So these food forests,
I love it.
like a certain amount of space that you build them in, or
No, they're built outside.
well, I know, but like, do you standardize it as like 1 acre, a half an acre, or whatever
It doesn't matter. It could be a quarter acre, half, 1 acre. It doesn't matter. You're amending the soil to the pathway soil bank building of soil. I have up some places between 5, 7, and 9 feet of rich black soil.
Wow.
And I can put anything on there. As a matter of fact, I grew coconut for 3 years, but then it died last year. We had a 2-week freeze and it died. But it just goes to show I still grew it for 3 years.
That's cool.
I know, it was like up past my knee. I was like, yeah, I'm growing coconuts in Canada. Well, within 2 weeks later, it was dead when I was doing that. I was like, oh, I jinxed it, I think.
870 wants to know if you use greenhouses.
Well, sure. Rocket stove in the greenhouse, and you can grow anything all year round. Rocket stove is really good. It's the wood ash left over from your fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like the rainforest is burned down? You burn down the rainforest, farmers do in Brazil and all around the world, and then it's really good growing food for 2 or 3 years, and then they got to burn it again, right? Or add fertilizer. See, I replaced that because everybody around here burns wood, and I just spread the ash over the winter, and then that wears a hole in bugs like nematodes, slugs, that kind of thing, and click beetle and wireworm. It wears a hole in them. The wood ash acts like diatomaceous earth. So it's all concept of observation. And we grow a lot of food here. I buy food too, don't get me wrong. I buy food. I don't grow everything, about 70%, somewhere around there. I could grow 100% and just eat what I grow. But, when I see a nice pineapple there, I want to buy it, right? It's beautiful eating a mango. I do have a mango growing, and I do have two avocados growing. And my friend has avocados with avocados on them. But I don't have avocados, the fruit itself yet. And it's under the same genus as a peach. It's a stone fruit. It should grow here. So I've planted mine near my dryer vent and the greenhouse is on the other side, so it's trapped in a microclimate there. So I might get it. You never know. Yeah, you have to try. When you open up a seed,
I wouldn't even have to grow.
When you open up a seed of any fruit or anything, you're opening up that gene pool, and there's 1.2 million, somewhere around there, of different avocados or apples or pears. When you plant the seed and open it up, you don't know what you're going to get. So that's the cool part. That's the treasure hunt. This year I opened up, many years ago, I opened up the gene pool on many different types of things. But this year I've enjoyed new types of apples. And that was fun. We just ate them yesterday, and they were so sweet. I was like, wow. It's like a block of sugar. I couldn't believe it. But that's what people are looking for. Scientists are looking for an apple that tastes like a block of sugar because they make fuel out of it. See, there's so many uses to when you grow a plant. See, a plant goes to the bathroom. Like you go to the bathroom, you go in, you flush the toilet, and over here on Vancouver Island, it goes out in the ocean and pollutes the ocean. The plant goes to the bathroom, so to speak. It secretes through the stomata. There's a little hole there. You don't see it with the naked eye. It's called a stomata. And then the gas comes out, H2O, hydrogen and oxygen, which is water. You drink it and you breathe it. That ought to tell you something. Get growing.
Yeah, I didn't have a garden this year, and next year I plan on my garden being about 3 times the size of the garden I used to maintain.
Nice. Grow what you're going to use,
There,
and that's key. And that way you'll look after it.
Yeah, which would be corn, lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, radishes, carrots.
I did an experiment this year on corn.
Yeah?
Yeah, I grew one corn because the programming that we all receive is that you have to grow corn in rows and it's cross-pollinated. So I decided to just grow one stalk of corn to see if I'd get corn. And I did. I got 3 nice, huge ears. One really nice one that we ate raw. It was delicious. So it just goes to show what you're programmed about plants and trees. It's not necessarily the truth.
Well, the Native Americans didn't grow it in rows. They just took their seed and threw it out.
3 sisters, they call it. They grew beans that crawled up the corn stalk and a squash. So they call it today, that's called polyculture. And it's where you grow a bunch of things together. They all look after each other because predators. If you stick a head of lettuce out in the field, there's going to be animals show up and eat it. But if you stick a head of lettuce out there with some garlic, some parsley, some celery, a couple of corn, nothing's going to come and eat it. And that's very difficult to get people to understand. That's very difficult to understand that concept. Because if you put something out there, everything out there, it's weak. It's going to go and eat it. But polyculture, poly means many, and the culture of growing so many types of plants growing together. And you can look that up on YouTube or Google. And it really, that's what you want to do, is grow polyculture. And it's a really great thing. It's called Back to Eden, where you put cardboard on the ground and then just put a mulch on top of that. You do that in the fall, and then by spring, you just go along and plant. You don't do any weeding. You don't do any watering. Hey, I'll take it all day long. No watering, no weeding. It's all in what your concept is. If you want to do a lot of work and get out there and get those nasty, vicious weeds, you go right ahead.
I never. The cardboard will hold the moisture.
Exactly. And the microbes, the indigenous microorganisms, have a chance to multiply and look after that soil. And then the mycelium, the super highway of nutrient delivery, is a web that grows underneath the ground. And when it flowers, you know it as mushrooms. Okay, the mushrooms are the flower of the mycelium, and the mycelium, what that does is the super highway of nutrient delivery. So the microbes that have broken down the nitrogen from the water deposits the nitrogen on the mycelium to deliver it to the trees and plants. That's how it works. That's all in a layman's terminology, but that's how it works. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah. This is very interesting. I could do a whole show with just you. But yeah, I didn't plant a garden this year because last year I planted a small garden for life. I actually haven't planted a garden for 7 or 8 years myself, but my wife wanted a small garden, and I said, okay, I'm not taking care of it.
Watch this. This is inside my house.
Now, what is that?
That's banana, avocado, lemons, satsumas. That's inside my house. We're not talking what's outside. Outside's pretty wild too.
But I planted her a small garden, and she didn't maintain it.
Oh, that's okay. At least you planted it. You did the attempt. That's see, a healthy body and a healthy mind accepts health, which is gardening, grow your own food, healthy food. Now, if you had a sick mind and a sick body, you wouldn't have done that. You see, because you wouldn't have wanted healthy food.
Right.
So that tells me that you're all right in the brain.
But yeah, next year I plan on planting. I got an area out back that I'm gonna have. This will probably make you cringe, but I'm gonna have my neighbor come down with his tiller, and it's about a 50-foot area by that I'm gonna have him, till up for me. But now that I'm thinking about it, I like that idea. I still probably have him till it so I can plant it next year. But then when everything's gone, I may end up going out and just covering everything up with cardboard.
Yeah, if you did that this year, it'd be ready in the spring to plant. I wouldn't till it up. That's killing all the microbes and indigenous microorganisms. What's called no-till or shallow till is what you want. Once you start digging it over and the solarization happens,
Mm-hmm.
then you've killed everything, and you got to build it up again to get a real nice piece of fruit or vegetable. It's best never to disturb the land. I used to till, don't get me wrong. You look at my videos, I'm out there with a tiller and I'm doing that, but I've learned don't till the soil. Does nature till the soil? No, but there is some shallow tilling from like chickens, pigs, boars. See, when a bear eats a fish and then the bear travels and then goes to the bathroom, poops, that's putting the nutrients on top of the ground. Okay, so you have to replace the bear or the boar, the wild pig. They're the same thing, really, but you have to replace that. You think like the pig or the boar. So what does the pig or the boar do? The bear? Well, they eat food. So their teeth grind a hole into the pit, like say a cherry pit. Then it goes out into what we'll call the poop sack, a nutrient sack, and then it grows there. So you replace that by building pathway soil bank in layers. You're replacing the boar, and you scrape your pits, your seed, your cherry pit, your peach pit, and the stratification happens when you put it into the pathway soil bank. When I go outside, I'm in Canada, you should see the stuff that's growing out of my pathway soil bank in the spring when I spread it around. There's pumpkin, there's tomatoes, you name it. It's all growing right out of the ground. It's just like nature. What happens when you grow out in nature? It's all growing by itself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're doing. You copy nature. Never impose your will upon nature because you'll lose. And that's the problem with this world today. Man has imposed his will upon nature. And look at the message. 240 species a day are dying. I mean, I'm not here to preach about no ominous end to anything, but I know you multiply that by 10,000 days and see where humans are.
I know, right, Bubba?
Math don't lie.
Now, see, I got a question for you because I found that when I had pigs out here, I fed my pigs, and then the next spring I had all these tomato plants growing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, see,
not a one of them produced any fruit.
That's a GMO product. So what's happened there is the gene from a fish, like from the North Pole or wherever in the northern waters, is put into the tomato, like cherry tomato. And then the cherry tomato will grow and produce cherries, but it doesn't, see, when there's no Roundup doesn't bother it. Could you excuse me for 1 minute, please?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is like I now realize that I know absolutely nothing about growing plants. And it's like, I've always tilled it up and fertilized and done all this stuff, and hell, all I needed to do was throw down some cardboard and some ashes from my wood stove. It does make sense. It's I'll have to make sure somebody reminds me to ask him about the wood ash.
There you go. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's fine.
Nature calls.
Yeah. Now you're talking about throwing down wood ash. Now,
yeah, that's good stuff. All full of minerals.
I mean, I get, about every week I get a 5-gallon bucket of wood ash out of my stove.
Nice. Now, is that wood from like solid wood?
Yes.
That you've burnt? Okay, because there's two types of wood ash. One's from branches and leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one from solid woods. And then that's also in different categories too. Like it could be deciduous or conifer. So you when you apply it over the winter around your fruit trees and where you're going to make your garden,
mm-hmm.
and that's wonderful.
But how much of it? I mean, because I've heard if you do too much, then it.
Hot wood ash will burn your garden. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not applying it when it's growing. You're applying it fall, winter, and spring. That's it. And you just hose it in with a hose.
Huh.
Goes in there. See, a lot of people grow comfrey to pull the minerals from deep within the soil and then put it in the leaf, and then they make comfrey teas and this kind of thing. So with the wood ash, it's the same as when they burn the rainforest and look at all the wood ashes there.
Right. Well, I know.
I mean, biochar is what you're after. Carbon is the conduit. It picks up the nutrient and is able to give it to the plant. You see, so biochar is really, really good with the wood ash. And what the wood ash is bringing the minerals and keeping down a balance with all your bugs. See, the biochar, the click beetle and the wireworm are the worst ones on your carrots and that kind of thing. But if you put the biochar down, they really don't like to brush up against it. So they go the other way. They go where there is no biochar. Okay, bye. You're not killing the poor thing. You don't want that. But the wood ash does take out moving creatures that are able to move. And when they move, it wears a hole into their armor, into their body, and they just become part of the soil. I don't put fertilizers down. I don't water unless I've planted a tree, obviously, to get it seated or some crop. But nature looks after mine for me. And I do chop and drop. Like, obviously, I'm in the city here, so I have to cut back as it encroaches on some people's property. Some people don't care. They like it. They like the extra grapes and plums and whatever. But again, you chop it up into small pieces with a pair of pruners and just drop it right there. It all becomes part of the soil. And you never, like, we don't have the green garbage can like everybody else. You ever see those green garbage cans that they pick up? We don't have that. That's $240 off our tax bill alone, just because we don't have that green garbage can.
Now, I let my my apples, my trees grow, and then the apples just fall on the ground, and I don't pick them up anymore. When I had pigs, I used to pick them up and feed them to the pigs. But nowadays, I just let it go and trim the tree up every couple of years. And
I never prune the tree unless it's dead or dying on the tree or opening up the center to get some sunlight in. And that's all I do for pruning, like apple tree, stuff like that. I don't normally prune. I don't prune my fig unless it's, like I said, there's some disease and that does happen. And not often or anything. Usually when it's a strange weather pattern, something like that, and they budded early, and then you have a little problem. But if you have balanced land, I generally don't have any bug or disease issues as a rule. But if you look right next door on my the people's property next door, they got bugs and disease, and it's like, well, why? Because I replicated nature with pathway soil bank building. I put everything in layers. All the biomass was in layers, and it decomposed into rich black soil. So, now,
like this spring, I planted. What the hell did I plant? I planted 2 plum trees.
Nice.
And a flowering crab apple tree.
Nice. Nice. The flowering crab apple's good for all the other apples too, hey, to pollinate them.
Yeah, and I have, probably a dozen apple trees on my property because this property used to be an old farm.
Nice. That's the best.
Yeah, I have if you go digging around out in the yard where I didn't develop it to put the house, there's about 18 inches of black dirt out there.
Nice. Just plant the place entirely with whatever's growing. Like if you've got sunchokes growing in your area, plant them. If you got a peach or plum or pear in your local area, replicate that because it already grows good there. You're not trying to climatize something from California or Florida. Yeah. And that's the biggest mistake. People go buy a grape. Well, the grape was cultivated in Florida. Well, what the hell are you doing growing it in Maine? That doesn't make any sense. Now, a grape that already grows in Maine, that's the one for you.
We have a wild grape, but they're really, really tiny, and they're really
muscadine.
But so I'm thinking about going out probably tomorrow and taking this load of ash I got right here in the house that needs to go out and spreading it around those 3 trees.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. And wherever you're going to have your garden next year, put it there too. And the rain and the snow, you're in Maine, so it rains and snows there. And and that'll just put it into the soil and it'll make it inert. See, it's caustic right now. And when it's fresh from your fireplace, it's caustic. So it needs time to become inert. So
that was a question.
Dolomite lime will do the same thing, basically.
That's basically that's another question I was going to ask is I know that we make, you make lye out of wood ash. So lye isn't really good for plants.
Because it's not inert yet.
Right. So this stuff
that's active, it's caustic. It's like if you take Drano and drink it, you're gonna fucking burn your throat, right? but if you drink baking soda, which is just also alkaline, it doesn't hurt you. See?
Yeah.
You have there's a scale there. And you get used to it, where you don't want things that are hot on you or plants, so you just avoid it. With Pathway Soil Bank, and you put the wood ash in them, wood chips and coffee grounds and stuff, and within a year, that's some rich soil for growing whatever you want: blueberries, tomatoes, whatever. And it doesn't seem to matter what you grow there; it just grows viciously, which is pretty cool, because you want huge cucumbers, you want big 3-pound tomatoes, and you want your 1,000-pound pumpkin. This is the way it's done. I grow over 3,000 pounds of food on a half acre. And people are like, well, are you sure? I'm like, well, sometimes 4,000.
That's a lot of food.
Well, it's underground food, on the ground food, in the air food, shrub and tree, and then up above that there's another layer of vines. I can grow 1,200 pounds of grapes on a half acre, and it's not on the ground. I don't provide it an arbor. They grow up into the trees, and then they grow from tree to tree, and it's not strangling the trees. People go, oh, that's going to strangle the tree. I look at them, how long have you been depressed? Because they're always looking for a problem. Just do it and go with it and be happy with it. But if you start looking for a problem before you even started, you're never going to start. And they're overcritically thinking. That's what
this isn't a bad piece of property. Like I said, it's got all the apple trees, because the apple trees were part of a so-called little orchard that they had. And then out in that part where I used to put my garden is where their garden was.
Nice.
And then I've got on that side of my driveway, growing down the whole length, I got raspberries on that side of the driveway. And then over here on my property, I got blackberries, which I didn't get.
Those are good.
I didn't get jack this year, though. I really need to go out and thin them out.
See, put sugar everywhere, too. For every 4 square feet, put a handful of sugar. You want to grow the indigenous microorganisms, and you want them to really make the soil active and your healthy plants. 20% of your plant and the food production from it is from sugar, because maples have sugar in them. Birch have sugar in them. Round leaf have sugar. So when that's released onto spruce has spruce sugar. So when that's released in nature, all these plants on the floor like ginseng and all kinds of things, they flourish. Well, you just recreate that on your piece of property. And it's not overnight. It's a changing your routine. And the routine is nothing leaves your property and everything comes there. That's key. So if you got access to biomass, building the Pathway Soil Banks like building a giant sponge, and that soaks up water in the winter and releases it in the summer. Now, there's 2 ways to make Pathway Soil Bank. If you've got water on your land, you build the pathway soil bank on top. If there's no water and lots of clay, you build it in a trench, like about 1.5 feet, 2 feet deep by 2 foot wide, maybe 3 foot wide. And that's how you build it. And in a few years, you'll notice that you'll have these super healthy foods, and you've become healthier. See, because you have the right nutrition. So most humans are acidic. Their pH level, potential hydrogen levels, way out because they're not eating raw food. They're eating cooked or canned or frozen. Well, there's no enzymes in that for complex molecule building. There isn't there. It's dead. You're only born with so many enzymes, digestive enzymes I'm talking about here now. There's quite a few different ones. But you're only born with so many. And when you run out of enzymes, you become old, rancid, and stinky. So you don't want that. So you can actually eat an enzyme with your food. So you're absorbing the nutrients. Yeah. Papaya zyme or willow zyme is the best. But to get back to your pH level, 80% raw food uncooked and 20% cooked will give you the right potential hydrogen level. Just like you need to know the pH level for tomatoes or blueberries or strawberries. A human being has the same thing. Yeah. I learned that from some orthomolecular scientists that I hang out with. They're totally cool. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and normally people don't get to hear that unless you Google it. And then again, are you going to think of Googling it?
Yeah, no.
This has been interesting.
It is. I've learned a lot, and my brain's going around in circles because a lot of it I'm not quite grasping, but
you can look at the video. Go back and look at the video.
I will definitely.
And research everything. Don't, just because I've been there and I'm passing on the knowledge, and I'm only 98% accurate according to one of my professors there. And so my professor there, I went camping and I spent 3 days with them, and I talked to them a lot. And he's like, well, I'm going to fill you in on the other 2%. So that's when he filled me in. And he says, you're only 98%, Howie. I was like, well, I'll take 98. I just learn as I go like anybody else. But I've always searched out academics because those are the ones that have the intel. And they're not talking unless you become friends with them. So if you hang out with someone that, counts beer caps and raindrops, well, that's what you're going to be. Now, if you hang out with someone that studies soil biology and studies nature and a field naturalist, well, then you're going to learn something about your environment. That's just the way it is. I didn't make the rules.
So now I got to find a bunch of cardboard.
Yeah, cardboard is, each time you go out to the town, you grab the coffee grounds from Starbucks, cardboard from Starbucks, and anywhere else, and kitchen scraps. You see that green can that everybody's got? Take one home. You go to the grocery store, they got all kinds of stuff out back that turns to soil in a year. And you're making your own soil. Don't worry about what they got. Microbes break down most toxins, hey? Like microbes will just, and if you've got something pathogenic like poo, solarization takes care of that pathogen. So yeah, it's a lot of fear out there. Don't have fear when you're going with nature. If you go with nature and be nature's friend, you'll make up really good. You'll be the envy. I've seen people grow next to nothing to being super successful. And I've helped a lot of organic farmers in my local area here and all around the world. Just a few words changed, a little bit of their routine, and add a routine, and things by the next year, they're healthier, their money income's better. One guy here, he didn't have no winter income. And I said, well, I know what? It's growing. He says, lettuce is all I can sell. I said, well, what about your underground food? Carrots, sunchokes, dongjing, oca, yak cone. He has no idea. And he's a professional organic farmer. By the time I was done with him, I started about 3 or 4 years ago. You go look at the videos of him now, and he has fields of beets. He's making biochar, has fields of everything going on in the wintertime because he's changed the dynamics of the soil with biochar of wood ash. And what he does is he uses oak leaves. And that's one thing that he sticks with, is what's in his environment. And that's what you should stick with too. And each time you build a layer, that's nutrients for your food. And you don't weed. the organic farmer I've been helping, and now he's changed. He now grosses 100,000 a year. Before that, he was getting under 30 grand a year. Now it's over 100,000. Just on the sunchokes alone, he gets $32,000. And I brought him over a couple of 100 pounds of sunchokes about 4 or 5 years ago. It's a tuber that grows underneath the ground that glycemic that regulates the inulin coming from the pancreas, and that's why diabetics love this. You see, they don't have to take the needle. You see,
would it get rid of my?
It's all in what you love to do. If you love to grow things, then you'll make out good. If you've got a defect like Asperger's and you're autistic, well, learn plants and you'll make out all right. Harness your defect.
Yeah. I'm still thinking that whole cardboard thing, and
that's back to Eden. That's called.
Now that I think of it, it makes perfect sense, because if you leave a piece of cardboard laying out on the ground for a couple weeks, you pick it up. There's no grass growing underneath it. It's covered in worms.
Yeah,
and it's wet underneath it.
You provided an ecosystem for nature to thrive. Very simple to me. You know, I see it a lot. I see it a lot.
Is I would have to mow out there because I didn't mow it, so the grass is like 3.5 feet deep.
No, that's what you want. You never mow the grass. You want the grass to grow, and then that takes moisture out of the air and puts the water in down the grass, down into the ground and into your aquifer. That's the problem with the planet. There's no water going back to the aquifer. No, you want the grass to grow. Throw away the lawnmower.
Well, no, I'm thinking out back in order to lay down the cardboard. I wouldn't be able to lay.
Just push it down with a board. Walk along with a board and push it down. Put a rope on each side of the board and walk along with it. Push it down. Put the cardboard on it. And the best thing to do is throw on bark mulch. And tree companies got to get rid of their bark mulch. You know, when they cut down a tree, it's all full of wood chips and bark mulch and leaves. They got to get rid of that, and that costs money. Hey. So if you hook up with a tree company, they bring you the material to do it. You want to do it where it don't cost you no money and very little of your time. And that's key here, where it don't cost money. You're farming, you're growing food. So you don't want to pay money for something. You want it to show up for free. And for you to go get anything, it should be on a trip that you had to do anyway. Don't make a special trip, because that's fuel and your time. So if you're going to town, that's when you grab whatever you can from Starbucks, Tim Hortons, Krispy Kreme, the farmer's market, whatever. There's lots of free stuff out there. And you make pathway soil bank. In nature, when the wind blows, a twig falls off, leaves, a bird might die, a bird poops. And this makes layers. And every 10 years in nature, 1 inch of topsoil is made. On a half acre, I can make 10 inches in a day. Wow. See the difference? What I'm doing is I'm condensing time. I don't have all the time to wait to make something. So I want to do it quickly, but I don't want to do a whole lot of work neither. And that's key, is to only do what you have to do. Don't do it because someone told you to. Don't do it because, you've got to weed and go weed. That's crazy. I never weed. Never touched a weed. I don't touch a hoe. And people come here and they're amazed. They're like, look at all you have growing. I'm like, well, it's no-till, and I aggressively mulch. So when I get them wood chips from the tree company or coffee grounds or whatever the case may be, it could be a peanut factory that's crushing peanut shells or whatever it is, coconut husk or whatever it is. You make layers. That will turn to soil, and a rich soil too. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
A lot of fun.
Well, I actually hate to cut this short because I'm having
this is all good.
Great time talking to you. I mean, you got my brain just going.
Good for you.
I'm probably going to be studying your channel there quite a bit. And now I was subscribed before, but now I'm going to be an avid. I'm probably going to catch up on most of your videos sometime within the next couple weeks, because I want to learn all that stuff.
There's a cross-sectional diagram that shows you how to do this for free. It's on my website. And you can go and look at it, and you can take a screenshot of it or take a picture with your camera, and it shows you in detail how to do this. And I kept it simple for a kindergartner to a university student to understand. And today, my style of Pathway Soil Bank is taught to children and university students around the world. So
That is very cool.
It's on my website, foodforestpermaculture.com, all lowercase letters, all one word. And it's and there's a file there, and you go and look at it, and it'll say it's a cross-sectional diagram of how to make soil, how to make hugel cut mounds, how to do permaculture, and it's very basic. It's not advanced. It's very low for people just to get started. And there's a lot more to learn, but you'll do that on your own. Yeah.
Let's there we go.
That's it. That's it.
We'll show folks where it is and what it's about. This is foodforestpermaculture.com. Click here to watch our videos.
Yeah, you want the one where the PDF file is.
PDF file.
Yeah. It'll say description. You'll find it anyway. No, I don't think that is it, but it's there. No, it'll be on a different one. Try a different one. And it's a cross-sectional diagram on how to do everything. No, give it another one. I don't know. Okay, the bottom one maybe. Click here to
contact us. That's your email.
Yeah, there's a PDF file there somewhere. You hit another one. You hit them all. You hit another one. And on this list here, is it on that list?
This says videos.
Yeah, it's not a video. It's a slide. And it's a PDF file on how to build the, what's that say?
It says watch.
Yeah, that's not it.
Harvesting.
Go up on the left side of the screen and hit another one up there. Yeah, hit that one. And what do we got here?
This is your gallery, it says.
It might be in there. My students built this website. I didn't. No, it's not in there. Go and hit another one about us or whatever. It's there somewhere. Does it say anything to hit a
anything about PDF file? No.
I can guarantee it's there.
I will
look around.
Efficient and sustainable urban food forest.
Yep.
Maybe it's got on one of them. Nope. No PDF file there. Recycled materials, sample layout and diagram.
That's it. There you go. Bada boomba. You can't go wrong with the diagram.
Nope.
Yeah. You got it?
I see it.
Yeah. Well, on the right side is the how to make the Pathway Soil Bank. On the left is the hugel mound. And that's the oldest pre-industrial agriculture known to man. And that's been found in Germany and Austria and even in Africa. And mounds. And it shows how to build that. This is what I did for a lot of places around the world, and it works good. And it's pretty basic, but I'll leave it with you. And it's been a pleasure. And anytime.
Really appreciate you stopping by tonight. This has been very cool, very informative and eye-opening. I mean, there's so much that I had no clue about out there. It's very cool.
Here, before I go, one more thing.
Yep.
When people here in my locale and other places like in Helsinki or wherever you are, they all meet in a parking lot and they bring what they have, like a chicken, a fish, or pears, or apples, or lettuce, and it's all an exchange. So if one guy might grow tomatoes in his greenhouse in the wintertime, you might grow cucumber, and we all exchange. So it's pretty fun that way to share.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So this is sharing. It was nice to have met you. All the best. Take care, folks.
You too. Thank you for coming, and you are welcome on panel anytime you see me on. You want to come
lovely,
up, click
lovely,
on up.
Awesome. Great day to you, my friend.
All right, you too. Food Forest Permaculture, folks. Click his channel. Go visit that out and watch his videos and subscribe if that's what you're into. And quite honestly, I don't know why you wouldn't be, because that's cool. Unless you live like in a 100 floor walk up in Manhattan or something. But if you got any type of little bit of land, then that would be something really cool to watch. So go visit him, check him out, subscribe to him. If that's what you're into, definitely go visit www.foodforestpermaculture.com. That is the website that I was just showing up there. That's very cool also. There is a lot to learn from that gentleman right there. So with that said, we've been on for 2.5 hours. Yes, he was, Mo. He was fabulous. There you go. Thank you, Bubblevis. So with that said, what we're going to do is what am I going to do? I am going to change this to this. Haha. Now we're in the after show, folks. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you same time next week. And now we're in the after show, so I will put the link up. So if anybody wants to come up and chat, they are more than welcome to do so. And there you go. Have at it. You make great cat grass. Cat grass. I don't know what cat grass is. Is that like catnip? Healthy grass for cats. Well, that answered that question. Very cool. All righty, Mo. Thank you. You're welcome here anytime, and anytime. That's all I got to say. Anytime you want to stop by, you go ahead and do so. And with that said, let me go here, see if I can straighten this stuff around. I've had an 18-year-old cat, a 17-year-old cat, now an 18-year-old cat. Oh, that's pretty cool. Gill skills. Better late than never, my friend. You missed the good show. We had Mo Homesteading up, and then we just had Food Forest Permaculture up here. Now, if you are into any type of garden at all, that is a man to definitely go and visit his channel. There is Bubblevis said it best. The guy is like the rocket scientist of gardening. It was really cool. That was absolutely great. It was cool. So Bubblevis is under-calcinated. But still, I got the link out there. Anybody wants to pop up, go ahead and pop on up. We are now into the after show, so we can just chit chat for a bit if you like. Hot Mess Missy has her internet isn't doing so good for her tonight. So working on a cure. Oh, that bubble fist. Yeah. You edited tonight. Yeah, that's okay. I've been on for a couple hours anyway, so I'm actually was thinking about just cutting her down, cutting her down, or shutting her down, or whatever you want to call it. I have to get up early again tomorrow morning to go to work, but I only have to work 2 hours tomorrow. Then I'll have the rest of the day to do what I got to get done. Do the coffee chat when I come in from work, and probably take that right over to Gil Skills Live if he goes in. And then from there, I got some stuff to do before I actually meet Mr. Gil.
Hi, I just lost my earplugs. Am I echoing?
Not at the second. You're not. Nope.
I'm not echoing. Am I?
No, not right now. You're on.
It started echoing now.
Pepsi IV drip. Cold. I am hot. Believe it or not, I am hot. It's 81 degrees here in the house. I don't even know why I'm still in a sweatshirt, but you're echoing, Missy.
Keep shut off.
That's all right. Since we're on to this, I'm going to push this down. Take these off.
Can't reach.
Unplug that. I don't know what it is with me in those headphones. I do not like them.
Huh?
Headphones. I don't like headphones at all. And now Missy froze.
Can't I stop?
Where are you, Missy? Oh, Missy. Where are you right now?
Hit the hell.
Yeah.
I'm alright. I'm
Yeah.
in my bedroom.
No, I meant like state-wise. You're in Tennessee, you said?
Tennessee. I'm like, yeah, I'm just like outside of Nashville. Yeah. But this RV park is like
At a crappy.
yeah. Just that the internet's bad. The park I left before had great internet, but you weren't streaming then.
Nope. So. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna shut her down. It's only a couple people in here, so probably head on to the room. You're gonna go raid Digger Dun Granny. You're going to bed.
Who?
So.
Okay.
There we
Good night,
go.
guys.
I'm gonna. Missy, thank you for attempting to co-host tonight. Bye. She
Hey.
frozen.
Wow, it was a pit. Sorry. Oh, you broke it up in here. Bye.
Yeah. Can only do what you can do. So Alrighty, folks, that will be it for me for the night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the 2 great guests that we had on tonight. I'm kind of liking the venue of fewer and longer guests, but I'm still open to staying on as long as people want to come up on stream and show their channels. I'm all for that too. So, but for that said, I'm going to call it a good night. Everybody out there in YouTube land, you have yourself a good night. If you feel like doing so, head on over to Get Her Done Granny, and we'll give her a Maine-iac raid and chat with her for a few minutes, and then I'm probably going to head off to bed because I got to get up again in the morning. Remember to join us next Wednesday, at 7 p.m. for Behind the Channels. And also remember to join us tomorrow night, Gill Skills, his original channel, 7 p.m. live edition of Gill Skills celebrating 5 years on YouTube. You won't want to miss that. I'll be there. You need to be there also. With that said, you all have a good night.